Episode 108, sponsored by Beat It Sport Shop Canada. Today we have Brazilian top team Montreal fighter Corine Laframboise, as well as Toshido MMA David Lee. Let's do it. Hello, folks. How are you? Welcome back to episode 108, sponsored by our friends at Beat It Sport Shot Canada. Check them out, beatitcanada.ca. 400 milligrams of nitrates in every single shot. I took one an hour and a half ago, and I'm primed and ready to go for this episode. Let's get right into it. I want to bring... So I'm kind of thrown off. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little rattled. Sometimes when I get on here and there's certain names that I practice to pronounce, and sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. And it rattles me a little bit in my intros. So forgive me if I screw up in the beginning. But so let's bring her on. She's a talented athlete. She just recently fought over in Abu Dhabi. She fights for Abu Dhabi Warriors. She's a pro MMA athlete out of Montreal, out of BT Team Montreal. With Fabio Hollanda and the rest of the absolute talented athletes out of there. She's a two-time IBJJF champion as well, a super talented grappler, super talented athlete, and a really, really good ambassador for the sport. I've been following her for quite a while. She got into grappling first and then transitioned into MMA, and she's an absolute gamer. So I want to bring her on and chat with her and see how she's been. So without further ado, let's bring her on, Corine Laframboise. Oh, I tried. How are you?
Hi, Derek. How are you?
Good.
Yes.
Good. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. You're at the gym?
Yeah, I'm at the gym. I just finished the conditioning class. So that's, right on the spot. They are still doing boxing at the back. So we cannot see.
Nice. That's good. Well, thanks for taking some time to join me. Again, like I said, I've been following you for a while. You're a super high level athlete who's been at this forever. How are you feeling after coming off your last fight?
Now I feel like a bit broken. So I start to fix my nose and my thumbs who are a bit messed up since the last fight. It was a real war.
It was very much.
Did you have the chance to see the fight?
I watched it twice.
Twice, perfect.
Yeah.
So clearly not the decision that I want for sure, but it was a real war. Like they qualified that fight as the fight of the night and one of the best fights of the UAE Warriors organization. So they asked me to come back as soon as possible. They asked me actually for September, but September maybe my nose is still crook a bit. Won't be fixed. But before the end of the year, for sure, I'm gonna go back in Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that. That's what I love about athletes who, like yourself, who compete at the high level. Like you went over there, you're over during COVID at the height of this time. You went over, you competed over there, you came back, you isolated for 2 weeks probably, or whatever you had to do, with a broken nose in a really tough fight. And here you are putting out these posts that are so positive with this great smile, being like, oh, everything's great. It's so motivating.
I'm super grateful to be able to fight during that condition. Like during the COVID time, it's not everybody who are able to travel and able to fight. So I cannot be more grateful for that. So now it's time to fix the problem and come back stronger.
Nice. Great attitude. Attitudes make champions. I always say that. That's a quote that I always say. And what's it like competing for them? They're obviously a beautiful organization. They put on amazing events, like high level production.
Hey, my God, it's a real. They really take care of the fighter. It's a real. Like they have a lot of money for sure, and they are really impressive. Like as I said, I went a couple of times in the corner of Valérie Letourneau. So I moved with her like in Bellator, and I have the chance to be with her in Bellator. And this kind of organization have the same, they give a same impressive show as the big organization like UFC or Bellator. So it's an honor to be able to fight for them.
Nice, or bigger sometimes, like. Like their promotion is like the videos, everything about it is pretty high level. So it's
the video, the press conference, like the how they do the weighting, how they promote. No, it's I wish for everybody to be able to fight for that organization. So yeah,
How did it
privilege.
work? How did it work out for you to get fighting over there? Obviously, you fought in high level. You fought for TKO for a while before you transitioned over there.
Yeah. What is your question?
Like how did it end up that you ended up there out of all the organizations in the world? How come? From was it from your grappling background or?
Yeah, exactly. It's because of my background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I won the World Championship in Abu Dhabi in 2016. So they was kind of impressed by this
Should it be?
performance.
Yeah.
Uh, and they just like UAE Warriors. It's a new organization, and they just want to find big. And with all humility for sure, but they want to find big name to be able to fight in that organization. So it's because I won the title in 2016. They asked me to compete in that organization because
Awesome.
the owner owned the same the BGG championship
Okay.
and
Okay.
like the
The
UAE
Mundials.
Warriors. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
that's how I land there.
Very cool. Yeah, that's it. You know, it'd be hard for you to, like, how do you experience when you go? Like you said, you coach Valerie, you cornered her a couple times. What's it like for you going there? Like, it's probably more nerve-wracking cornering a teammate. Like I always, anytime a teammate of mine is competing, I'm always way more nervous. Actually, when I'm competing, I'm the worst. But when someone else is
Yeah.
competing, I'm pretty nervous too.
Oh, I was more stressful when I was in the corner with Valerie. It was in Hawaii, like
Oh,
Bellator.
beautiful.
She fought against Lee Malay
Yeah.
McFarlane, so it was a big championship fight. It was, yeah, for sure. I was maybe more stressed than her because you're
Yeah.
in the corner and you can do nothing, and like you're not able to fight. So no, that's a different feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was an honor for like thank you Val to bring me there because I'm able like to learn how it goes in that kind of organization and all the media stuff, the waiting, how they do the promotion, how the how yeah, it's an interesting. So
Yeah, there's so
it
much more to the fight, I guess, when you get up to that level. Like when you're a local, like our
yeah.
promotion, we're a local promotion, East Coast. Oh, it's okay. No, if for anybody who's watching, this is what it's like for a full-time fighter. She's at like three training. How many times you're training today?
Today, like three training today. I did the boxing class this morning, and now it was the conditioning class. A new coach that I put in the schedule since the last fight. Like I want tune up all the things that I can. So
Mm-hmm.
specific conditioning for fight. It will be
Smart.
interesting. And
Nice.
yeah,
And
so three times today. Three times.
is that what do you have? When's your days off? Fridays?
Sunday is
Sundays.
days off. Yes, usually it depends. Sometimes Sunday it's the wrestling class, but now Sunday is
Yeah.
the day off for.
More often than not, it's the wrestling class, though, isn't it?
Huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How's Fabio these days? Fabio is a guy. If anybody doesn't know who Fabio Holland is, and you follow Canadian MMA, then you best get the books out and start doing some history because that's a man who's done a lot for Canadian MMA. It must be nice being
Yeah.
around him all the time.
Yeah, Fabio. Yeah, it's really inspiring. We worked together since the beginning. Like he used to coach me for the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really important. I know how to listen to his voice. Like I heard him really well during the fight. He
Great.
was the my head coach since the beginning. He was with me in Germany when I started to do my first fight in MMA. And how is it? He's good. He really like he make that so easy. So he reduced the stress, and I cannot complain against Fabio.
Calming, like it's like you
Yeah.
say when you can hear that voice in your corner amongst everything else. I guess that's what it's important.
Exactly. You just need to listen as best as you can do, but you just
Mm.
need to listen and try to make it happen.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, it's really nice to work with Fabio. He had a lot of experience. He used to work with Patrick Côté and Georges Saint-Pierre at the beginning, and now Charles and Louis Jourdain. So yeah, I'm in good hands on that side.
You definitely are. Yeah, it's Quebec is a crazy mecca for our whole sport. It's insane how high level. Like Quebec, I get a lot of flack of this sometimes, but Quebec is really the holy grail of MMA in Canada.
I think yes too.
It really is. You know, it's and I think that's because of GSP and Cote and like these athletes and lots of other people too involved. But there you go. Yeah, like all these people that have been involved, like, and now look at the sport now. It's the bullshit behind the scenes up there that's holding everything back sometimes. But it's coming, hopefully. Hopefully, what do you think? Do you think Montreal will get better? Quebec?
You talking like MMA?
Like events?
I think it's a bit off for the moment. Maybe if we are good to go, it's gonna be new era. Who's gonna start to do like other show in MMA. But for the moment, I think. But my personal opinion, and still my opinion, but I think TKO it's quiet for the moment. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
so, but
you can never count TKO out. If like their TKO's done an incredible amount for Canadian MMA too. Like those are, if you look at the shows, like those are shows that would easily, they're on par of like a Bellator show, eh?
Seriously, it was an honor to fight. Like we had the opportunity to fight at the Bell Center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's
Center,
cool.
Big center in the place with TKO. So he make it happen, and it was it was a real good starter or real good for promotion in Quebec.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you can fight in a stadium with 10,000 people and it's cut in half or whatever it is, it's still amazing. It's got the big feel of everything and it looks professional. It's awesome. Why did you get into martial arts first? Did you play other sports growing up?
I did gymnastics for 14 years before to start with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I start with with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a bit more than 6 years ago. I really fall in love with that sport.
Yeah.
I compete a lot. I won the world championship in Abu Dhabi, the world in IBJJF in California, New York Pan American, and I decided to make the switch to MMA because in Jiu-Jitsu you need to pay for all the competition. You need to pay for the flight tickets. You need to pay for your hotel, for the registration, and why can I be like? I prefer to be paid to do what I love.
Totally,
so
no question.
Let's do a bit of boxing and let's go into mixed martial art. Yeah,
I love that. Like I'm always amazed at that. Like I talk a lot about it on these podcasts because I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu now, which is weird for me to say, but like I'm a person who doesn't like. I don't really like if I'm out rolling and you get punched in the face or you're doing sparring. Once you're in the moment, it's different. But if I think about get punched in the face, I'm like, oh my god, that's horrible.
But it's changed the game.
Totally changes the game, big time.
You can be a black belt to get punched in the face, can turn to a blue belt.
White belt. Yeah, some people can really quick. Like what do you think about, before we get into that, what do you think about like, there's a lot, like I've done a lot of jiu-jitsu events in the past and I've, we've had a lot of females compete on our cards and kids and everything. We try to like embrace every aspect of it. What do you think about that? This whole thing is coming up again about females getting equal pay. Like to me, it's a no-brainer. Like it should be like, yeah. Like listen, if I'm the IBJJF and their argument is always, well, there's not enough females. Listen, guys, come on. There might not be enough females, but you can still put the money in to build the brackets and build the sport, right? Like, they're making lots of money.
200%. Like there is no, I can. I have no words to say that for sure it needs to be equal. Like we are athletes as equal as men are.
Totally.
We are doing our own work as equal or better.
Better, a lot of the time better, for sure, no question about it.
I have the feeling that we need to push like a couple of times more strong or to be able to I don't know how to translate it in English, but we need to push more to prove
overcome
ourselves, maybe a bit more. But for sure, if you talk to me about the salary, why we cannot be equal as men? We are doing the same. We are doing like
totally.
for sure the same effort. We are athletes, so
Yeah, but like I'm talking more about like an MMA no brainer. No, like if women aren't getting paid the same, I don't know what you have to say there. But jiu-jitsu, when it comes to a tournament, and they're like, well, there's only 8 girls in this bracket where there's 65 men in this one. Doesn't matter. Should be the same amount of money won on both sides.
Exactly,
Like
and
that old
eventually maybe you're gonna
excuse.
have that same amount of a woman as as 65, 65, let's say, or
Yeah,
whatever. So
that's
yeah,
the goal. That's the goal to get it so it's 65, 65. And you, like if you're not offering the same prize, it's not really
like
giving someone like you the why would I go?
but we have a
Right?
lot of that unfairness or
Yeah.
inequality, like in a couple of, like, let's say in boxing, it's the same thing. I think the men are paid much more than a female for a championship or
Yeah.
whatever fight it is. Or so I'm not surprised that happened like this for BGG too. But
Yeah, well, it's
we
and
have to keep
I think
pushing.
yeah, that's it exactly. I think it's just a thing that it's important, but that's why it's important for people like you to keep doing what you're doing, keep being a positive role model. Like,
For
lots of
sure.
people like it's awesome. Like, do you notice that? Do lots of people reach out to you, like kids and people that you train in the Montreal
Yeah,
area?
yeah, they told me that and with all humility again, but
Yeah, of
they
course.
tell me
Yeah,
that I'm inspiring on that sense because I just don't, I just
no
keep going
quit.
and
Yeah,
like no quit. As you can see in the last fight, as I repeat, like even if it was not clearly not the decision that I want, I just never stop until the end. So
yeah,
that's motivation for a couple of people, like especially
yeah.
yeah, women who follow me and like men too. I
Big
have good
time.
comments about that. That's
Yeah, good, good. Well, it's motivating, like to see, like hard is a thing that you can't, like, the old classy cliche saying, you can't teach heart, but it's true. Like some people will turtle up and roll for a knee bar really quick when they get in those situations, and it just you just kept
I'm not
going.
there. For sure, yes.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm stubborn or whatever, but no.
Where's the weirdest place you've ever, like? Did you fight growing up? Were you a fighter? You said you were into
No,
gymnastics, but
yeah, I did gymnastics for 14 years. No, I just decided to switch like in BGG.
mhm.
Let's say I was when my ex-boyfriend was doing boxing, and I was looking at looking at his boxing class at the gym, and there was a jiu-jitsu class at the same time, and there was a little guy of 120 pounds who are able to submit a big guy of 200, and I was so impressed. I said,
Yeah.
"Wow, I like that." As a
I need
woman,
it.
it like
Hmm.
he decided to quit, so I don't need to punch him in the face. He just decided to quit. Like, it's perfect. So
Yeah.
that's how I started to do jiu-jitsu. I did like 6 days a week because on Sunday it was closed, and I fall in love with that sport.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's how I started. I didn't have any background in martial arts. It was just yeah, gymnastics, tumbling. So all the
Yeah.
rondade, flip back. I'm
That's
like a kangaroo.
super athletic. Yeah. It
Yeah,
goes a
yeah,
long
and
way into jujitsu. Are you a brown belt now?
I'm a brown belt now.
Brown belt.
Yeah, it's
That's
been
yes.
6 year and a half around that. 6 years and a half, and I just got my brown belt in 2019, December 2019.
Awesome. Congrats. Congrats. Will you compete again, do you think, or like ever, or is the focus?
I will. It's just that I need to check the delay before the fight and the competition because usually the organization doesn't want us to fight.
Mm.
I think it's 1 month before,
Hmm.
but no. I like the feeling of competition. I like that. Like it's less stressful. You are six fights on the mat at the same time in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition, so it's not a big stress, and I like to keep it that keep me busy. Like,
yeah, it keeps. I'm always interested in that because I'm always like shocked how more MMA guys out here on the East Coast don't come and compete when a lot of the jiu-jitsu tournaments we used to put on. But it's we got a question here from Anthony. Will you do a pro boxing fight at some point? Hi from Tony. You know Tony.
Hi Tony. Yeah, I know Tony. And
Tony's a man.
Pro boxing fight. Tony is a man. Pro boxing fight. It crossed my mind to do a boxing fight, but for the moment, if I have the opportunity, I want to push more in MMA for sure. And not for the moment, but I don't close the door. Maybe it can be an option too, but not for the moment.
Nice,
Tony.
nice. Yeah. Sorry, Tony. But it's interesting you asked that because I believe Montreal is very close to coming back. From what I'm hearing in all of Canada, I believe Montreal is very close to coming back for boxing anyway. MMA so. Boxing. So I don't know who I want to say there's a promoter up there, Camille.
Esteban.
Boxing?
Yeah, Eye of the Tiger. Yes.
Yes. So I believe he's pushing very hard from what I hear. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm not like up to date, but I think they are waiting for an answer to be able to start again combat sport in Quebec, because I don't know in Nova Scotia.
No, we're kind of they're waiting on this Quebec, the hockey, like the Quebec Rampa or them, those teams. They're waiting on them. They're going to play now in the Maritimes. It's they can play on their own, and athletes from outside the Maritimes come. They have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and then they'll play with 25% capacity in the stands. But what it comes down to is like they're going to be able to go play and fight on the ice, but we won't be able to put fights on until January because it's just they want to see how it goes, which is understandable.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Kind of tests or
Yeah, they want to see how after the flu season, I guess, goes. But they're telling us January 2021 we should be okay, but who knows? Right?
In Abu Dhabi, the COVID test was really all over the place. So we need to have like a COVID test before to take the plane. COVID test at Dubai. The COVID test in Abu Dhabi. We have 3 times COVID test during the week, and 1 before to live. And before to live with the broken nose, it was amazing.
Oh, was it up the nose?
Yeah, they are no guilty. They are not. How you say that? No guilty or no. They don't care. They just do one swab in each side of the nose. So
nostril.
it's really, really nice. But at least they take really care of this situation. Like you have COVID tests all over the place. You need to wear a mask. You are in quarantine in the hotel, and the guy just go all around the place with the temperature gun. Temperature all the time. So no, they take care of that situation, and nobody get test positive. So it's able to make it it's possible to make it happen. So why not like put a nice plan here and like let's start over again to boxing show.
It's crazy. Like we put in a 23-page proposal with zero fans. No.
They don't want.
No, nothing. But the hockey can go forward. So hey.
But the hockey,
Of course, So any
is really picky. So.
Yeah, COVID is really picky. Very good. Yeah, I like that a lot. What any advice for females or males getting into the sport? How do they make themselves a little bit different than someone else? How do they stand out other than being on social media, blah blah blah? And how do they make themselves get where you are?
I cannot say for everybody, but I just wish them to be able to live from their passion. If they are passionate, everything goes. You don't mind about giving 80 hours of your your week in, as you said, social media or training or like watching the video evolve in your sport. And if you are passionate and you do what you want to do in life, I I think it's the key. Like
Yeah,
everything is more easy. So yeah, find your passion and make it happen. Like
I
put the
love that.
effort and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Put the effort in, and the rest will follow, I guess, right?
Sorry.
Put the effort in, and the rest should follow. If you're going to work
Yeah.
hard, but you got to love it too. And I find so many fighters that you kind of see them doing everything the wrong way. They're putting in the grind, but they're not happy. And you're someone who's doing it, but you're smiling all the time, and you can really tell you love it, which is it's
I
awesome.
love that. I love that. And like, don't be scared to go out of your comfort zone or out of the box, because like that make you more interesting. And
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
really love what I'm doing. So hope I'm gonna do it for a long time.
awesome, awesome. So what can we expect from you next, and where can everybody find you online?
Where what?
Like
The French
what?
translate.
Yeah, I'm speaking fast. I'm sorry.
No
So
problem.
what's next for you? You said next fight's probably this year sometime.
Yeah, before the end of the year, they plan to do an event in September. September, it's too fast for fix my mistake and fix my broken thumbs and nose. So I want to be able to fight as my best, and
Yeah.
they're gonna do a show probably in December at the same place. They want me to come back. As I said, the fight was really amazing. Let's go. If anybody saw it, you can saw it on YouTube.
Hmm.
UAE Warriors 12, Corine Laframboise. Okay.
Nice, nice. There you
And
go.
yeah, before the end of the year. Yeah.
Perfect. So, well, there you have it, folks. Anybody who hasn't been following her, make sure you do follow her. Check out her fights online on YouTube. Where can they find you on social media if they're looking to sponsor you or be part of your upcoming fight camp?
It's on Instagram, Corine Laframboise, on Facebook, Corine Laframboise too, and on Twitter, I'm not a big fan, but I Coco Laframboise. Yeah.
Okay.
So
How's
that's it.
this? Is this right?
Yeah, that is perfect.
Perfect.
Huh.
Perfect. So, yeah, you can reach out to her,
For
folks. Get involved. Sorry.
for Instagram, for Facebook, that is perfect.
Perfect. There you go, folks. So reach out, support local fighters. You're going to see this lady in the UFC very soon, or she's obviously fighting
Yeah.
in another high-level organization that's, just as good. So I never like to take away from other organizations anyway. So keep doing what you're doing, keep motivating people, and you're certainly motivating us out here to keep doing what we're doing. So thanks for joining us very much, Corinne.
Thank you, Derek. It was really nice to talk to you.
Awesome. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your
Bye
training. Tell
bye.
those guys good work.
Okay, perfect. I will.
Okay. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Awesome. Fantastic. Great to have her on. Great to have her joining us for this episode. David Lee, I don't believe is going to be joining us here, folks. I believe he's caught in some traffic, we will say. So we'll arrange to get him on at another time. Until then, I'm going to hop in my car and drive 1 hour and 20 minutes and choke somebody with my coach and my team in Pictou County Jiu-Jitsu. Get out to your local Jiu-Jitsu club. If you don't know where one is, reach out to me or anyone online. Get out there, get started. It's a fantastic sport, whether it's that boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever it happens to be. Martial arts is fantastic for the mind, the body, and everything in between. So get out there, support your local martial arts club, and be a good person. We are back tomorrow, folks, an early edition tomorrow afternoon. I believe it's 11 or 11:30 tomorrow with TJ Grant. TJ Grant, a dear friend of us on the East Coast here, a great guy who's, everybody knows TJ's story, fighting for the world championships in the UFC and then retired. So it'll be great to have him on. He's a great motivational guy here, opens his own club out here and doing fantastic. Has a great bunch of killers out there and, like I said, doing really well. So it'll be nice to have him on here and chat about what he's been up to in that whole thing. And then also this week, I believe we have Gavin Tucker and Mike Malott and Pat Carroll joining us, I believe. I'll double check. Anyway, folks, hope you have a wonderful day. Be kind. Be good to one another. Give one another a hug. Subscribe. Super important that you subscribe. Oh, as well, October 24th, if you haven't paid any attention, start paying attention, because we have a 16-man bracket coming for $1,000, a big-ass championship ring, 1 year supply of coffee from Enviage Sport for a grand absolute champion in the submission kumite. It'll be available on pay-per-view. Can't wait for that. If you're looking to be involved as an ambassador and make a little money for selling our pay-per-view, please reach out, DM us as well. You can hit up our clothes. I'm selling here. I'm selling everything. My wrinkles are popping, and I'm selling everything. FightLeagueAtlantic.com. Go to the shop. You can buy hoodies, T-shirts, and some other stuff in the near future. Thanks to our sponsors. We're out of here, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Lots of love. Mom, Dad, I love you. Chelsea, I love you too. Goodbye.